Hello, I'm Kat, and this is today's tarot. In case you guys don't know, I am also a certified clinical herbalist, aromatherapist, and nutritionist, and I make an assortment of my own body care and face products that I sell online, alongside of offering tarot readings and astrology readings. So if you want to check out any of the creations that I make, please check out the links below to see how I can serve you in taking care of your temple. Let's go ahead and start with today's tarot. The first card that we have for today, the opening card, is the Three of Wands. So we are facing a precipice of sorts. It's as if we are needing to cross a body of water, perhaps a situation that stirs us emotionally, and we have some trepidation in actually approaching and dealing with. But the energy of this card is to move forward, continue on your path, because help is on your way. Whenever we're trying to cross any situation or travel through any terrain, it's important to remember that what we assume or imagine is going to happen isn't often what happens. And what we are ultimately faced with is typically very different than anything that we have imagined. So if you are feeling hesitation about going into a situation, consider that it could likely be very different than how you are imagining. So move forward. Help is on the way. The challenge card that we have for today is the Seven of Pentacles. And so this is a card of patience around a situation, but the challenge may be that we are having difficulty being patient. Like, we actually want things to be here now. But you can't jump over your knees, right? You can't get somewhere before getting there. So the solution, or how we're actually going to get through the challenge, is the Ace of Swords. And so this is a card of clarity, a card of decision. There could likely be a communication or a share with an individual or an exchange of words that gives you clarity around this situation that you are impatient around. Now, as far as our overall card for today, or the ultimate outcome, we have the Four of Swords, which is also a card dealing with considerations that are going on in the mind. So what's going on today is providing us a lot of information that we are starting to consider as far as where we want to go and where we feel it is important for us to be in life. Now, the Four of Swords, if you consider the picture that is in this card, there's three swords that are kind of hanging on the wall that are pointing down towards this person who is laying down, that has a sword underneath them. So when we are considering things and feeling any indecision, it's often that we are feeling the energy of other people and possibly even past communications, past conversations that are influencing how we think about things. Now, to consider that the ace that's underneath this person who's laying here is the same ace of clarity that we had as the how we're getting through the challenge today. And so our own spine, our own sense of knowing, will give us stability in the midst of having all of these other viewpoints that are kind of looming over us or looming around us. You know, it's kind of like the feeling of, like, in society, this is what I should be doing, or in culture, this is what I should be doing, but in my person, this is what I feel like I ultimately need to be doing. Now, the long question, and the thing that we need to take into consideration with this card, is that what we think about ultimately creates our world. It can create tension in the body. It can create angst in the bloodstream. It can boil our blood, even though there's nothing actually happening right immediately in front of us, because of what we are mentally fixated on. And so this card can be a sign that we can fall into the mind, you know, or fall into the imprisonment of mind, because we're so distracted by our thoughts. But consider that clarity is coming in. The way that we get through things is to possibly have conversations that you feel like you're having turmoil over, even if that conversation is just by the simple writing of a letter and sending it off, or writing a letter and burning it to let go of that energy of all the things that you feel like you need to say, or all the things that you feel need to be expressed, that for whatever reason you have hesitancy in expressing them. Now, today is an interesting day, obviously, based on what's going on here, but there is support for you. And even in times of change, those changes create opportunities with the clarity that they provide, because ultimately we just have to move through each day and see what information we get and how that stirs us to move forward or to sit and listen. So for today, let's not be too hard on ourselves. If we feel like there's some impatience, everything moves. Every moment is temporary unless we fixate on it. So that is our tarot reading for today. If you need some goodies to pamper your parts, I did just create some body butter and some bosom butter. So check out the links below if you're interested in those things. I send you so much love, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.